Don't know if there is a big market for the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal moonwalking puppet cooler.
Someone clearly wants it.
Show and sell.
Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Thank you, Samples. Hello, Trash Dragons. Welcome to Show and Sell.
It's Carl. Carl's, you fool.
I don't care. Carl's.
Oh man, you just got totally burned.
Wow. This is my guitar, Mr. Blankenship.
I'm Mr. Blankenship.
He says you should like, share, and subscribe, and reminded me that I sell on eBay and Discogs, mostly media.
And I'm Katie. I'm the Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell clothing and accessories, and I also am always looking for something unique, possibly sparkly, and a little bit scary sometimes. Like scary, it's such a good deal, scary.
Not as in it's Halloween scary, because that was last week.
Yeah,
no,
that's over
on
now.
from that. Yeah.
And I'm Joe. I'm the Trash Dragon of the East, and I like to get a little bit of everything and a lot of some things, depending upon the thing. And I don't have any great examples right now, but you know, I will. I'm sure I will run across that special something that will for the next episode, where you'll be amazed how many of whatevers I can find.
Yeah,
boy, that's really cackling like a maniac.
It's a poor introduction on my part, but you know, you get the whole. Stick with it. You'll get the whole Joe vibe after a little bit.
Sir, you got to ride that wave, baby. You got to be in the tube, and then you come out, and you're like, "How did I do that?"
You got to hang 10. Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have a new exciting segment coming up at the end, the third segment. Instead of Tales from a Flip, we have a segment called Should I Buy This? That I think you'll enjoy. But let's move on to the thing that brought you joy.
The thing that brought you joy.
All right, in a surprise turn of events, I'm going to go first. Yeah, like you guys think you're so hot, but...
Well, I never.
And you often are. Do a good job every day.
Anyway,
so my item of joy is this Pacific Ocean Park. I found it at the thrift store. I feel a little bit bad about that because I know one of the writers, Dominic Priori. But this is actually a pretty interesting little slice of LA history. Like, if you know the Santa Monica kind of waterfront, they have that huge pier, the Santa Monica Pier, which is pretty iconic. But this is what used to be on the pier, Pacific Ocean Park. It was a Disneyland style, nautically themed adventure park.
Really?
Yeah. And if you can see, this was I think the entrance. And that became, I think it was designed by the same guy who designed the building at LAX that you are.
Oh.
When I say, that building at LAX that everyone knows, it's that building. Looks kind of like a spaceship. Pacific Ocean Park did well for many years, and then business people took it over and just, lowered the quality until people stopped coming, and then it became where drug addicts and alcoholics and homeless people just kind of took it over, and the 80s and 90s.
Well, if you feel bad about
caught on fire. So who wants to go next?
Me.
Katie.
Okay. Katie.
I am unearthing all the treasure of my winter wardrobe because it's starting to get colder. It's time. It's November anyways. And so I'm a little special about certain textures and certain times of year. I'm not weird about color. I'm not weird about no white after Labor Day, stuff like that.
Sure.
But I am a little funny about texture, specifically velvet. In my opinion, velvet feels like it needs to be worn in the fall and winter. If we are hitting mid-February, the velvet's going back in the bin. I just have a limit. If March, absolutely not. No velvet. Yeah. This is a me problem. and it's ridiculous. And I fully admit that. So you can save your comments because I already know. Regardless, I have some winter shoe stuff, and I only wear my velvet flats starting in October. So here
Ooh,
are some ridiculous ones
Wow.
that I
nice.
believe I got these. Ooh, I want to say Salvation Army in Pasadena.
Wow.
But they are ridiculously Baroque,
Right.
but not broke, but
Yeah.
Baroque.
B-A, not B-R-O.
hmm And they're just super fun, and they're vintage. And this is the kind of stuff that I love, excessive footwear. And they're by a company called Caparos. Caparos.
Apple Rose.
You
It
can see
looks
there.
like those could be worn on Dia de los Muertos for some. Like it feels like
Or just in
you
your
can wear it
wardrobe.
to a quinceanera if you get invited.
Yes, I think I've worn these a lot, and I do tend to get some comments on them because they're really well done. It's gold embroidery around the big sort of
wow.
plastic gemstones. They're just ridiculous. But this brand also, if you go back and look at sort of their 80s and 90s boots and flats and Oxfords and things like that, it's all real fun. So that's a tip for you, and I'm willing to give up. I don't want to, but it's the season of giving. So there you go. Anyway, Joe, what do you have?
First it's a season of thanks, then it's a season of giving.
Thank you, Salvation Army, for those. I'm giving everyone the goods.
Thank you,
Capital
Salvation
Rose.
Army. So go.
Okay.
Joe.
Okay, my item of joy is a thing I got a while ago at auction, and it's bringing me joy because it's heavy to the point where none of my it's heavier than all my postal scales. So I have like 2 digital postal scales, and I have a bigger like 20-pound kitchen scale, and it's heavier than all those things.
Whoa.
And so I'm just like, I don't want to take a bath on this for shipping. I don't know how much it's going to weigh when I package it. So if I underestimate by like $5 and it ships to California, I'm out like $40 or whatever.
Mhm.
So but
You can't ship it flat rate?
oh no. You cannot ship it flat rate because it would probably take about 6 flat rate large boxes stacked on top of one another. And this is a I took it to the post office today when I went to drop off some books, and I was like, can you just weigh this and tell me how much this is so I know for the future? And
Don't hurt yourself.
it is 30 pounds of
Grandfather
Coca-Cola.
clock.
Can you really call it a toy truck?
It's a car.
It is a Coca-Cola, a Coca-Cola delivery truck. As you can see, the top is full of fake bottles, and then you can open this. Ding.
No.
These open, and there's a little hand truck in
Stop
there.
it.
So
Stop it right now.
and they sell for like $150 to $200.
Right.
So I am
Because
excited
it's amazing.
it is a really well-made, interesting toy, and I hope to God I can move this because it is.
Take it to your booth.
Yeah.
Booth.
That?
Booth.
Well, here's an interesting thing about my booth, and I've just decided, not like there are certain things I just won't. Oh Lord! And
Oh my
it's
gosh!
also,
Don't hurt yourself.
about like 3.5 feet long. But there's certain things I can't take to my booth because, for example, I had a Lord of the Rings box set. It was like the first Lord of the Rings paperback box set from 1965.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, the cover it was there, but it was torn off. I was like, okay, well, I'll price it at $75. It's like, it's a good, that way it's still a good deal for somebody who's like and I had people pick it up, look at it, shove the books in wrong, shove them in backwards, like mess up the copy of Fellowship of the Ring, even worse.
Yeah.
And take it out of my booth and move to another booth at one point. And I'm just like, this is just bull. I cannot sit here and nobody's buying it. And so I finally took it home, sat around for a while, and I was like, oh, here's the Lord of the Rings set. And then I put it on eBay, and it sold for $125 in less than a day. So, somebody could have gotten a very good deal, but they opted instead to just abuse my Lord of the Rings set. So it's like stuff like that. It's like I just can't. Like you just have to strike that balance of like
Yeah.
Where is the collector value going to be, and the collector value for this is more going to be more online than in person.
Right. It feels like that's a very specific skill set that you are learning what sells in person and what sells online, and which you go. So it is
a good skill. I have clothing does that too. It's like certain things go here, I have like 4 bins at all times of where different things are going to be sold because it's different kinds of things for every place. But that in person adds a whole other element, especially if people are handling it without you there.
Right.
And they're going to steal that tiny hand truck, which is clearly the shining star.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to play menial underpaid laborer? Yeah, do I?
Oh, I gotta hurry to my next stop.
Whoa. If I can't, I gotta pee in a Mountain Dew bottle because otherwise I don't get my full pay.
Otherwise I get penalized.
I would have been all over that truck. That truck looks about Barbie size, and then my Barbies would have been Holland Coke. Yeah,
Barbie's Holland Coke might be the name of the episode.
I also used to listen to a lot of the Billy Joel's greatest hits, so my Barbies usually lived on the East Coast, and a lot of them had fishing jobs. A lot of It's a lot of stuff like that.
You had caught a lot of fisherman Barbies.
Yeah, sometimes they went to Vietnam. I used to play Goodnight Saigon a lot. It was, my Barbies had a lot of stories going on with them. Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Well, Barbie, you're about to enter the world of cats. It's a jellicle place under a jellicle moon. Anyway, so we're going to move on to our next segment, which is Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed Treasure.
All right, Unearthed Treasure. The topic is harvest. So let's go with Joe. Oh, Nate, he was the last one. So Katie.
Okay, so here's the deal. A long time ago in Pennsylvania, I teased this. I found Lenox, which is a very nice china. I found a Lenox plate set of what I thought was the wheat style. So I thought that would be perfect for harvest. I have not sold it yet because I am terrified to ship it. And so this is very much an in-person sell at a furniture consignment. So when I went out to unpack it from the garage, not only do I not have the wheat, I don't have wheat. I have something with like a geometric, like a Greek key design. Not even close. And not only that, it's not even close to a complete set. I think I have like 3 dinner plates, not 4. And then I started flipping over the teacups. They're not Lenox.
What?
Somebody put different teacups. So I have misremembered this complete set that in my head has always been, that's money in the bank. When I sell that at the consignment shop, that's like a couple $100, no problem, because those sets are very expensive. Absolutely not. I'm going to have to piece it apart and sell it plate by plate for people who chip their own china. Anyways, and not the wheat. Okay. Here's what else I got. I got a big platter. One's got sort of a harvesty design on the sign. I have 1,000 of these. I have 1,000 of these metal trays because I bought them. Look, my wedding was wild and weird, and it was on New Year's Eve. And my whole theme was, if anyone knows Miss Havisham from Great Expectations, I was trying to recreate that. And so my wedding cake had rats coming in and out. It was very intense. It was very scary. And so I bought a bunch of these trays at the Goodwill, and then a bunch of old candlesticks. And I had done cobwebs it was a event. So I cared about that more than anything else. I was like, food, well, let's just do pizza. It really was not. It was.
I just want to do a themed Miss Havisham party that I get married at.
Recreated in a New Year's Eve party and make all my friends dress up. That's how it's going to go. So regardless, I have 1,000 of these platters. I don't have people over. I should just send you like 10, Chris. If you ever need,
Oh, for my gumbo parties.
yeah, for fall platters. I have
Yeah.
I have a lot. I don't know why. I've given some away, but I had them for every table. I have just candlesticks and platters for days.
Okay, I'll take both.
Great.
Sure.
There's a guy that stopped at my yard sale who was looking for silver plate stuff.
Oh, darn it.
And apparently he's reversed it's using reverse electroplating, where he's somehow able to remove the silver from silver plate stuff. He wasn't getting
I want to know everything.
I want to know like how he does it for sure, but it's like he was only getting like maybe an ounce a day, and that's like a lot of work for like not much silver.
Is he trying to make money, or is he just having fun?
I think it's probably a little bit more having fun.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Is it the electric thing that it's like the water bath where it goes
something like that? Yeah.
I assumed it was. I've seen on the internet like people like clean things with like a laser, like where you see like it almost kind of it just kind of like I don't know how it works, but
those are so fun to watch. I love all of that. I want to know everything about. Also, by the way, remember when we did a long time ago that thing you always find at the thrift stores? Platters definitely fall into that category. Yep. Tons of metal trays and chargers. The two things I would say.
Yeah, chargers.
Like chargers go under a plate.
Oh, okay.
That extra plate that's
around.
They're
like big. They're like 16 inches or 12 to 16 inches. They're like pretty massive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's it.
So I will show my thing, which is a book about mushrooms. Mushrooms in North America.
Mushrooms harvesting.
Huh?
Harvesting mushrooms. That's the thing people forest. That's what I'm thinking of. They forest for mushrooms.
Forage.
I have.
But you can also grow mushrooms, and like a friend of mine just grew lion's mane and other kinds of fancy mushrooms in a bucket. You can just grow them. So
how?
There's like basically you just need like you can grow oyster mushrooms, for example, out of coffee grounds. You need like 5 pounds of coffee grounds. I don't know if you have to sterilize them first, or basically just sort of like you add your spore to the strata, and then you sort of mix it up, and then it'll just like once the spore like kind of grows and it just spreads throughout. Eventually, the fruiting body is the mushroom, and it'll like once it's established itself, mushrooms will start coming up. And they could come up for a very long time, too. So
the fruiting body is also an excellent name for an album or a show or it's just something. The fruiting body is really good.
Teenagers and you, the fruiting body.
Approaching puberty. The
fruiting body.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Your nectar is nearly ripe.
Oh, geez.
Sorry.
Everyone's upset.
Everyone just got real grossed. I got this after I went mushroom hunting with my cousin, who is a pretty he's really passionate about it. He'll like send me pictures of like mushrooms like that big.
No, where?
It's central, like Illinois kind of area, central, like below Chicago.
Is that where mushrooms grow? I have not seen.
They grow everywhere. It just you have to know what kind of mushrooms grow where and which are safe. That's the trick. It's just very like I would not want to forage for mushrooms without a guide. Because you can easily die or get sick. I should grow mushrooms in my house, but I'm not going to right now. But
come on, they can be your new little friends.
2025. 2025, mushrooms in the house.
2025, mushrooms in the house. Mushrooms in the house. Oh, yeah. Mushrooms in the house. Yeah. Mushrooms in the house.
Mushrooms in the rooms.
I don't know why the phrase, the mushrooms, oh, those could be your new little friends, just made me very depressed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Joe. Are mushrooms alive?
Yeah. They're like
mushrooms
fungus.
we're live. Sure, why not?
Joe, why don't you go?
I have. It's funny because I had what I thought was. I misremembered something as well, and it's also dish related, and it's the name. And the thing I remembered this is Autumn Leaf. It's from Jewel. It's from Hall's Pottery. It was part of a Jewel Tea gave these away for free in like the 30s and 40s, I think.
Whoa.
And it was like you could get a whole. I have like a lot of these dishes because my mom used to have a bunch of them, and I still love them. But I also just like I just don't know what to like. I don't. I just feel I like them a lot. I don't ever use them though. Which I don't know why. I think it's like
you like them. You're not in love with them.
Yeah, I'm not in love with them. They make me feel warm inside because of their because of my
Connection
childhood
to your mom.
association. But it's just like not for me.
More of a parasocial relationship you have with this.
Exactly.
This bowl.
Thank you. But anyway, yeah. But they are really cool. It is like I will probably at some point like put this into rotation if I break another bowl. I also have but the thing I wish I could find is this came from a clean out of, I can't remember where, it wasn't a clean out, it was like an estate sale, and Hannah grabbed it. We just like made a pile, so it's like I paid for everything, and this was Hannah's, and it was a brown dress with like leaves hot glue gunned, plastic leaves hot glue gunned around, and it looked like an autumn, like a nice harvest Thanksgiving dress.
That's good stuff.
But I don't know where she put it, so I couldn't show that.
In the trash. I'm just kidding.
She wears it. I think she's worn it for Halloween twice now at her job
as a leaf lady.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So now we're going to move on to our next and third segment, which is
the new one.
Should I buy this?
All right, let me set this. Let me set this up.
Please.
So you're on eBay, right? You just made a couple sales. You got a little walking around money in your pocket.
Okay.
You're like, well, what am I going to do with this money? Am I going to turn it into food, or maybe rent, or whatever, or maybe just like food, a gift, some toys for my dog, or am I going to reinvest it into my business?
Yeah.
I think it's like a lot of times I'm just like, well, I have a lot of items saved, and I'm like, I didn't make myself pull the trigger. And so this is why I came up with this idea, is because I wanted to consult with my two thriftiness friends to see what they thought about these things.
If we can force you to pull the trigger.
Yes.
Or encourage him gently to pull the trigger. As discussed, if, say, Joe is saying, should I buy this? If Katie and I both agree that he should buy it, he has to buy it. Are you
good?
Are you doing like sign language?
I'm pantomiming. I'm not doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to do sign language like that one crazy woman at the. There's a great video out there.
Concert.
No. There's this woman. She's like, it's a police investigation of some sort, and there's like a press conference, and everyone's like had offered to do sign language interpretation, but she clearly just was making up what she was doing, and so it's just like
she just wanted to be on TV. Oh, that's bad.
It's just insane.
Maybe she thought, like, how hard can it be?
She's going straight to hell.
Straight
to hell. That's
terrible. Heart.
That's really bad.
Quiet.
It is messed up.
Yeah.
But I think we should also put a rule, like, you can't make someone, but we can't agree that they should buy it out of maliciousness or the pure comedy of it. You have to be like, yes, I think you should get it for good faith reasons.
All right. No comedy then. Whatever.
Nope. I want all business.
Hold on. I want to change my item.
Too late.
Important. No, it's important.
Okay. So why don't we go with Joe? Why don't? Tell us what we're seeing here.
Okay. So what we have is every so often I like to go and search for educational posters on I like to search for educational posters on eBay, because a lot of times you can you can find bundles of them, or you can flip them, or and in this case I found some. A lot of times you sort of like look by Scholastic or whatever, and you have some
Yeah.
entertaining ones. In this case, what I did was I looked for someone. I found a seller that has 2 lots of Scholastic posters. There's a lot of 25 kitten posters,
Yes.
or 24 kitten posters. Just an
Yep.
adorable kitten in some flowers. And the other one is a beach sunset poster. There's a lot of it's 12 of them, and it says, "Alone we search for beauty, together we find love."
That makes no sense, and you know it.
I know it's, but it's such a great.
Zero.
I know it's unlikely. I just. It's the
When
part
you're
of
on
me that
this much weed and coke, everything makes sense.
It's an abomination.
It's one of those things where it's like, if it's on, I mean, it's all my whole thing is I like it when there's lots of anything. So, and this is definitely follows into that that category, because it's like 24 kitten posters and 12 beach posters.
The cat looks like the one from the Hang in There Baby poster.
The cat looks like the kitten thinks of nothing but murder all day. The cat I feel like you could. I want to do something funny with it, but it's 24. That's good. 1979.
Yeah.
My takeaway on these is yes on the cat photos. I think that is cute, adorable, resellable. The beach one just kind of I'm just kind of like, it's a oddity, but I wouldn't buy it. Nor am I going to encourage you to.
All right.
Are you leaning towards the other one because it's half the price? I mean, they obviously know that the kittens are more desirable.
I'm leaning toward them. I'm leaning toward them because I mean, it's half the post. It's still about the same dollar. It's like about $1 per poster. Still,
yeah,
a little more. In fact, it's a little bit more because it's like the same amount for shipping. But I did reach out. He agreed to combine shipping on the 2 sets. And I think if you had them, I think it's the kind of thing that because I have a poster display rack at my in my booth, I would just sort of like fill one sleeve with like with all like 12 of them. I just like put $5 a piece on them, and so that way, if I sold, like, it doesn't take up much space. It sort of adds bulk to the posters, and if somebody liked it, hey, $5.
And you could sell them on eBay for like take half and sell them on eBay and see how they do.
Also true,
I'm actually with Chris though. I think you're not gonna find enough people to find In Search of Beauty fall in love with the poster of the couple on the beach, even though I want to. I think you're much more likely to find people who respond to a 70s picture of the Hang in There cat.
Okay.
That's one thought, if say Katie and I in this case say absolute or no, should Joe have the ability to buy that poster set, or
yes,
can he override? Okay,
yeah,
because then we're not
Joe?
really.
Does that make sense?
I think that makes sense, and you can actually, and then we can have a follow up that says, we warned you. Or like, I got this thing. You were right. I'm still sitting on 20 of these things.
But even if you sold these cats for $2 a piece, you double your money. Like, you'll make your money.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, no, how much is shipping?
Well, I mean, with shipping, shipping would be probably, for something like that, if I could sell it, I'd put it in a padded envelope, probably like, $6 for shipping. But I would sell them, I mean, mostly I would just sell them in person.
That's what I mean. I mean, how much is his shipping? Sorry. What's their shipping?
$6 for each lot.
Are they sending it in a tube? It would be great if they sent it in a tube and not folded. Like, don't ship it folded. Don't do it flat. Like, if they did it in a tube, it would already start to unfold those folds, right?
That would also make it a lot more money to ship.
Well, I mean, it's also hard because, like, if you get too many, I think if you get 25 posters that are rolled into one tube, then it's really hard to like it gets really tight, and then you have another problem, which is that they're all just kind of like, they're all like, you have to then relax them in
Got
order
that
to
too.
undo the
Okay. All right. So
oil.
it's not doing any more. All right. I'm doing more damage than good. Okay.
So all right, you know what? I'm gonna override you on the no for the other one, just because I already reached out to see if I could combine postage. So I am gonna get the other ones, but we'll
Okay.
see. I will keep you appraised of how those or apprised of how that goes.
All right.
Keep us posted.
And so we'll check in next month to see how it goes. So, yeah, November, like probably Thanksgiving-ish. We'll check in. So, Katie, which one did you like? You have two here. You have.
I would like to go with the Moonwalk puppet cooler, which features a very strange. I don't know what it is.
It says Lookers. It's a cooler?
It's a cooler puppet
What?
cooler.
Wait, how big is it?
It is a Michael Jackson Moonwalk Smooth Criminal puppet cooler. So it is a cup with a Michael Jackson puppet attached to it.
Wow. Oh, whoa.
I guess.
Oh, it's a 3 products in one too. Keeps canned beverages cool. Includes drinking glass for adding ice. Special insert for pestles, brushes, knickknacks.
Is there an offer ability on this one?
I can make an offer. Yes, I can make an offer. I will say this. He is missing an arm.
Oh, he is.
Which is a problem for me.
Yeah.
Here's my thought.
I was disappointed when I looked up that these were not worth more. I think maybe if he was pristine.
Yeah.
But
I mean, are you going to sell this, or are you just going to have this?
Sell it.
Okay.
I would not hold on to this. No. Because he also has this little box, and I feel like this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that I feel like might do okay. It's weird enough, and specific enough, and why? Why did someone make this?
Yeah, no, I love the object, but the prices seems high. $50
seems high for it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, if you can, like, I would say, like, maybe make an offer for like 15,
30.
Yeah, like,
how much?
Like 25.
This is kind of like it's confusing. Okay, let me see. The description says one arm is missing. See pic. But then in the other pictures, both arms are there.
I think they pulled a stock picture.
I do not like that they did that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I'm getting bad vibes.
Michael Jackson puppet cooler.
I think that the Michael Jackson puppet cooler is amazing, and if it were in better shape and a little cheaper, I would say yes for sure. But I think in this case, I think it would be hard to get. It'd be hard to get your money back, and it would also be hard to like really enjoy it with a missing arm.
Yeah, I would probably lowball it. Like, I would probably just be like $10, and if they're, if they've had it for a while, they might be like, they might get offended.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, I just sold a thing for like $50 that I've been trying to sell for 150, and I'm like, you know what, this is big and bulky, and
you want it out of here,
and I'm just like, I'm done with this.
I have noticed that too, and this has been posted for a minute. I don't know if there is a big market for the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal moonwalking puppet cooler.
Someone clearly wants it. Like, I think it's an amazing find. Like I said, I would say yes, but with the caveat, like $10-15 max.
It's so weird. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for looking at my ridiculous item. I've had that saved for a minute. I'm just like, wow.
So my thing is this is a rare, this is something I like to pick up. Like, out of the for your consideration things, that isn't just swag. Like, the media versions of this is usually the most highest priced item. Like, it's either the DVD right when it comes out, and you can't get it any other way, other than like if a Netflix, if you might need Peacock or Amazon, and some people don't want to invest in that, so they'd rather buy the $100 DVD. But the soundtracks are often like don't get released. Like, there's never been a official release of, I think, the Loki soundtrack, which kind of bums me out because that's my favorite Marvel music. But yeah, this is like, this guy also sells these things. So he knows that they're like worth something, but he's hoping that for 99 cents it'll go up to, whatever, $20. So what do you guys think?
Well,
So wait a minute.
What do they sell for otherwise? Looks like you've got a lot of viewers on the theory of everything, and like only one viewer on the Despicable Me 3. What do they what do they ordinarily sell for?
I think with my research, both of them were about $30 to $40.
I think $5. I think because it's a bid, I'd say $5 to $6. I mean, shipping is $4. Yeah, I'd go for it.
Yeah.
It's after fees, you might not double your money, but you'll still make it. You can still clear. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's your wheelhouse. So you're totally accustomed to that, and I think it's like if you got a good feeling about it, if you got a good feeling
about it. I know people follow me because I specialize in these kinds of CDs, DVDs.
That's what my question was for you. Now, do you have a relationship with other people who also specialize in that on eBay? Like, are there a
couple people I follow that have sold stuff, but it's kind of hit or miss. It's usually someone finds, like, one of my biggest purchases. For $700, I bought like 500 for your consideration DVDs, and which ended up like, I don't think the guy put aside a bunch of the CDs, but he missed a bunch. So I ended up like having a bunch of the CDs, and that's where I learned like, oh, these are worth money.
Oh wow!
They can be worth nothing. Like the Hustle and Flow single for your consideration single doesn't sell.
So now you're going to bid that and keep track and let us know if it sold.
Yep.
And Joe, you're going to keep us posted on that, and I am going to unfavorite the Michael Jackson cooler because I will not be purchasing the one-armed MJ for
Sorry, MJ.
I'm not.
Sorry, MJ. So if I will put news here about what has happened with the at least the auction, Joe, if you tell me, I'll put it up here as well. But I think that was a fun little segment.
Yeah, we should do it every month.
Yeah,
I like it.
Let's do it again. Good job, Joe.
I agree.
Now I just got to write theme music for it.
But it's an interesting thing though about this episode. I think it was a perfect episode. I think it was like
I think we might have done another perfect episode. Yeah.
I like the Kermit arms.
Yay! Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching ShowAndSell. If you like, share, subscribe, all of them, everything is gonna be alright. All of them things are gonna be a little bit brighter for all of them. All of our
lives.
Thank you for watching ShowAndSell. If you remember, ring the bell, Olaf. Yay, Olaf, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. You're our favorite.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.